I graduated in 96, and then I was gone from here essentially for 10 years. So I don't want to say that I didn't come back at all, but I came back very few times, maybe 5 times over 10 years, and not every time was I actually on campus. So I left and came back 10 years later, and it had suddenly changed for me. It wasn't a gradual change. So it was a shock. It was a shock to my system coming back and seeing a campus that looked a bit different, and even more so, it was different because the people were different. That was the biggest shock. I felt like I was going to step back in here as an instructor, and I was just going to know everything because I knew everybody in Statesboro. And truth is, in that amount of time, most of the people that you knew while you were here have gone. There were 8,900 people, so it was a lot smaller, and you could get around campus. You could ride down any road on campus. The roads weren't closed off. And I would say the other thing that was different was that people didn't live outside of the parameters of, let's say, about a half a mile kind of south of the stadium. So where Park Place is in Eagles Court, or Park Place on the other side of the bypass, that was as far as it went. Nobody lived past that. There was no Talons Lake or anything like that. And pretty much the end of Lanier Road for the area was where it stopped too. People didn't typically live in houses except those right across from where Lanier Drive ends. Liquor by the drink. Anybody who graduated before 1997 knows that you couldn't get liquor by the drink here, that it was beer and wine, and that was the only thing that you could buy in a restaurant or in a store. And I remember that El Sombrero had Chardonnay margaritas. So, and of course they have the big beers. The students will notice the biggest changes immediately because of the fact that they're going to get to actually be in Sanford, and to walk into something that is visually that historic from the outside, and to walk in and to have something brand new on the inside, and something that our students and our alumni have really fought for over the past few years. That's going to be really great. I think that people are going to notice outside of Sanford, in terms of the multimedia area, they're going to notice the change visually because of what we broadcast on Channel 99. So to have brand new HD equipment and a brand new facility, and also, and this isn't given enough credit, but to have all new lighting, all brand new LED lighting, a brand new studio that is lit properly is going to put off a visual product that people will immediately notice. And so, so lighting is a very important part of it too. We can have all the equipment in the world that's brand new, state of the art. We can have 10,000 buildings that are great to choose from to go into. We could have anything that we want, but if we don't have the right students, then the program's not ever going to be marketable. Students make a program marketable after they graduate and become alumni. Students make a program marketable when they're in the program and they have friends that they speak with on a word of mouth basis to attract people into Georgia Southern. So I think that our students make our program marketable, and I think that Georgia Southern students in general make the university marketable. And I also think that Statesboro isn't given enough credit sometimes. Statesboro makes Georgia Southern marketable, because if I am a person going off to college and let's say I have two choices, one is Georgia State and one is Georgia Southern, one of the first things that I'm going to look at is where am I going to be? Location, location, location. And quite frankly, I would want to be in Statesboro before I'd want to be in Atlanta. I would want to say thank you to our alumni for lobbying as you all have to get us into a worthy facility because our students deserve it. We've all worked hard, and we have certainly set a foundation there for ComArts to be able to be in a facility like Sanford is about to be. And I think that it's going to be a place that we're all going to be proud of. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think it's the coolest thing in the world that administration has decided to put ComArts on Sweetheart Circle in a historic building, brand new, renovated, and there is no other academic building on Sweetheart Circle, the most historic part of Georgia Southern. So I think that that says a tremendous amount about how administration looks at communication arts here at Georgia Southern.